Hello. So in this video, I am going to explain the memory operations. And those are fetch and store. And then there's a variation of those that I'm going to explain also here. So let's start here with just an example, reading some value. And then we're going to put that value that we read onto the memory. So now we have to say store R0 onto some location in memory. So let's say, for example, location 0. All right. So let's see what happens here. All right. So we're going to read the number, for example, the number 14. And then we're going to store the number that is on register 0 onto memory location 0. Let's see what that happens. Okay, so there it is. The memory location 0 has been now filled with the number 14. This could be, some other place in memory. So for example, if we say, 10, all right, this could go onto memory 10. Right, it's the number 14, and then it's going to store on memory cell 14, memory cell 10. 0, by the way, the locations of the RAM start at 0. So the first location is the address number 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there it is, that 14 over there. Okay, so the next instruction is the opposite. It's fetching the memory onto a register. So let's go up here again. And now what we're going to do, put it on memory 10, and then, for example, we're going to say fetch. Now we give the location, so fetch 10 to some register, for example, R2. Let's see what this does. All right, so let's pardon. Let's play this step onto this. So I'm going to enter 14. I'm going to store the value in R0 on memory location 10. There it is. And then I'm going to fetch what's on memory location 10 and put it in R2. Okay, there it is now in R2. All right. Now there are some there's a variation of fetch and store that it may be convenient, and it is convenient in many situations, which is fetch star and store star. So store, let's start with the store star. Let's see what it does. So if I say, for example, reading 0, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to say set, which is an instruction that we already learned on the previous video, set R1 to 8, for example. All right, and now I'm going to say store star the value of register R0 into the memory location that's in some other register. So for example, in R1. So notice what I'm going to do is to I'm going to read a number and put it on R0, and then I'll put 8 on register 1. And what I'm saying here is that I'm going to store the value of R0 in whatever value is in memory location that's in register 1. Okay, so let's see what this does. Okay, so I'm going to read in. It's 14. Then I'm going to say set R1 to 8. There's 8, and now I'm going to say store star R0 onto the location pointed to by R1. So it's going to be on location 0. I'm sorry, location 8, right? Let's see what it does. There. Okay, so there it is. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's location 8 that we set here on register. And so another thing that we can say is the fetch, which is the opposite but equivalent. So we can say put it there, read the number, put it in this register, then store the register on that location, and then we can say fetch the value in memory location R1 to register 2. I'm sorry, this should be fetch star. Okay, fetch star looks at what's in register 1 and then puts it in what other register we want it to put. So let's see what this does. Okay, so I'm going to read the number 14. I'm going to set R1 to 8. I'm going to store star the value 14 on the memory location that's established in R1. So there it is. And now I'm going to fetch whatever is being pointed to by R1 into R2. Okay, so that's, R1 is pointing to memory location 8. So that's the value that is there gets placed in R2. All right, so these are the memory operations, the instructions that the CPU uses to